Ladies and gentlemen, we are here. It is week 17. The fantasy football championships are on the line. NFL playoff positions are on the line. It is a brand new year. Happy 2023 to everybody here in the Awthentik and The Beard family. Welcome to the Parlay, the best television show not on television. I can only hope that the games today are as good as those college football games were last night, and more importantly, as good as the meal that I ate last night. Without further ado, I must bring in the man, the myth, the legend, the host of the greatest Giants show in the world, Craig, Giant Overreaction. Here is Mr. Awthentik.
I like that swanky introduction there, man. Yo, Happy New Year to the gang, man. Big shout out to y'all, man. It's been a real, pivotal year for us, man, on Awthentik and The Beard, man. So we appreciate y'all rocking with us this entire year, man. It's been a vibe, and both our teams in the mix headed into some late, middle December football here, man. I'm very excited, man. Or January football now. We had important December games. Now we have an important January game. So Happy New Year to y'all, man. Definitely appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. You ready for today's games or what, man?
I am about as ready as I possibly can. I obviously have some dilemmas in my own fantasy championship game, and we'll touch base on those a little bit. But I'm nervous about the Washington game, more so now than I was when we talked on Thursday. Some injury news coming out, and Curl and St. Juice. That's hurting me a little bit. I'm a little bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie. But Carson Wentz is playing quarterback, so that's either going to be a really good thing or a really bad thing. We're going to find out soon enough.
Do or die time right now, man.
It is. It's easy. Win. That's what it comes down to. So it's going to be interesting. But if anybody has any fantasy questions about your championship game this week, or if you're playing DraftKings or FanDuel, make sure you guys drop those comments in the chat so we can touch on those. I know we had a couple of our viewers who are going to be playing in the championship this weekend. I think Renee's in the championship game. I think either Sebastian or Stan.
Sebastian is in one.
Sebastian's in the championship game. So, for me, it feels good. It's almost like a proud parent. To know that, some of our viewers who have been here, for a long time are playing in very important games when it comes to fantasy football. When we wake up and we do this every Sunday morning. I went through an entire spiral notebook this year already. I've had to move on to a new spiral notebook from all my Awthentik and The Beard notes. So I'm just... it's a new year, and I'm not one of these people that jumps into New Year's resolutions and new year, new me sort of situation. I know what I have to do as a person, and it's
got to get on your shit.
Exactly. I don't need a new
stuff you didn't do last year.
Exactly. I don't need a new year to tell me that stuff, but I do think it is important to reflect on all the things that we did as a community here at Awthentik and The Beard in 2022. So for that, I am very grateful to each and every one of you guys, and big shout out and Happy New Year to everybody. We appreciate it. For those of you that are watching us right now on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, and of course, right here, right now on the YouTubes, thank you very much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up while you guys are here. Tell a friend to tell a friend. It's week 17. It just sounds crazy. And you want to know how I know it sounds crazy? Because when the graphics department sent me all the parlay thumbnails for the rest of the season, it stopped at week 17 because week 18 sounds so crazy that they forgot about to send me a week 18 parlay thumbnail. So shout out to the graphics department. I'm going to need that by next Sunday, maybe.
Facts.
We'll see. So but big shout out to Coach Taylor, JMO, first in the building. What's going on, Jameson? Hope you're doing well. Thank you for joining us.
Dog? What's poppin'?
And early in the mix is the man himself, the Beard.
Pulled up bright and early, huh? First fantasy question of the day.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I have two dilemmas, and I thought it would only be fitting to get input from the community here at Awthentik and The Beard. So, I have these three running backs. I have Joe Mixon as another running back, but I'm going to keep him in a spot for sure. So Cam Akers, Alvin Kamara, or Brian Robinson. Everybody in the chat, tell me what you guys think. Pick two of those. I also have a Twitter poll on my Twitter going right now for this question. I am leaning towards Akers and Brian Robinson. I think that's where I'm going to go right now, unless I come up with some sort of idea to talk me out of that. So
Alvin
let me
Kamara
know.
got one 100-yard game all year.
All
man.
year
It's
rushing.
definitely his worst year.
Yeah, so I mean, it's interesting because I wonder how many 100 total scrimmage yards he has. You know, he had a nice little stretch in the middle of the season, early middle of the season, where he was doing really well. But then things just kind of dropped off drastically. He's had a couple of good games in the last couple of weeks. So I don't know. Cam Akers has been coming on so strong since he's been getting a bulk of the carries. I mean, he's just getting better and better over these last 3 weeks specifically. And then last week, obviously, he had a insane game against a really good defense in the Denver Broncos. I mean, I know that was a weird game setting and everything, but he had 3 touchdowns in that game. I think he put up like 35 fantasy points or something last week for Cam Akers. So that's where I'm at. And then the second question from the Beard, David Njoku or Cole Kmet at tight end. Now, this is a dilemma because I love Cole Kmet, Notre Dame guy. Shout out to Notre Dame, my Fighting Irish, for winning the Gator Bowl against the South Carolina Gamecocks. That was an awesome game.
Got
a little dicey. I mean, it was. They were playing craps for 4 quarters, my friend.
Were about to go by 2 scores. I was getting ready to turn it off, and then I just see a pick 6 going to the house. I'm like, oh, we got a game now.
It was crazy. It was a wild ride, but it's always feels good to end the season in college football with a bowl win. It just does so much for your program moving into the next season. So big shout out to Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And then Njoku, who I've been high on all season, who's performed fairly well for most of the year at a position where if you don't have Travis Kelce, I mean, it's like, you know, it's whatever you want to do, basically. I mean, Hawkinson came on strong here at points. Mark Andrews, you know, early in the year, but, you know, since Lamar Jackson has gone out, he's kind of been non-existent. So it's a tough one right here. And Njoku's obviously going against my Washington Commanders, who I am playing as my defense in the fantasy championship game. So it's going to be very interesting. Just let me know in the chat what you guys think about that. And when I get to the end of the chat, we'll take a look at some of those answers. Big shout out to the Beige Boy. Happy New Year to you as well, sir. Thank you very much. And Bryce says, hey, boys, who's ready to see the New York playoff Giants? I think
this guy right here.
I was going to say, I think this guy is for sure. This guy, right?
Too. Oh, he's ready. He's ready to see the New York playoff Giants. He's ready to see that for sure.
It'll be good. It'll be good for the program. That's for certain. So
I like how modest you're being right now.
We're still trying to see if we can get all 4 NFC East teams in the playoffs, which has never been done by one division. I think the NFC East and the AFC East, each one of those divisions have all of their teams still alive in the playoff picture.
Nice.
Which is kind of crazy. Big shout out to Kalen Dragon. Good to see you, sir. Thank
man.
you.
Come on. Where's that 56, man?
I thought you were going to follow up with the 56 after I dropped
Don't even set me up like that and try to put this one on you.
No, actually, I was going to mute myself so I could clear my throat really fast. Big shout out to Edward Squires. Happy New Year to you as well, sir. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it as always. Our guy, Stephen White. Hi, y'all. Big shout out, Stephen. We appreciate you as always. Here we go. Roman in the mix. Isaiah Hodgins, Jacoby Myers, or Zay Jones for wide receiver 2. Where you going, Authentic?
Look, after what happened against the Raiders, I can't do anything with Jacoby Myers. That's just not the vibes. Hodgins or Zay Jones for wide receiver 2. Zay Jones has been balling. I know Isaiah Hodgins has came on strong lately here, but I'd go Zay Jones.
Yeah, I think the safe bet here is definitely Zay Jones. Although Isaiah Hodgins, I will tell you, if you guys are playing DraftKings or FanDuel, he is super cheap and definitely a great option to fill out a lineup. But I'm also going to go Zay Jones in this particular situation. Big shout out to our guy, Bluegrass Picker. What's going on, Anthony? Great to see you, my friend.
What up, fam?
It must be nice. It must be nice to be a Chiefs fan. You know, just sitting around.
Got you a unicorn quarterback.
Quarterback. You know,
got the best tight end in football.
Yeah, I mean, hey, have yourself
over there catching touchdowns. You know, think things could be. You know,
Yeah, could be worse. Have
Things could
yourself
be
have
worse.
yourself a great new year. Bluegrass picker in the building. Appreciate you, buddy. Our guy David, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you.
What's popping, fam?
Hope all is well, my friend. One of our resident Cowboy fans, Kai 001,
Yo, Kai
secret
is loyal,
agent.
man. He's loyal to the soil, man. Like, yo, Kai is here every stream, man. Big salute to Kai, yo.
Big shout out. Big shout out to my guy Waterfly. Let me tell you, Waterfly is all over Whatnot. Every stream I pop into on Whatnot, Waterfly is there. He's been hitting some crazy cards as of late. So big shout out to Waterfly.
That's what's up. Big shout out.
Good luck. Hope everything is well. Welcome, Anthony. How you doing today, Anthony?
What's going on, fam?
In the building. Kareem Yee, what's going on, my
Hey,
guy?
Kareem,
Happy New Year.
What up?
Shane
What up?
M says
Shane
Happy
in the
New Year,
building.
everyone.
What up, fam?
And our guy behind the wheel.
Those are always a little bit more difficult on Sunday morning. Shout out, Mike, tonight. What's up?
Big shout out to our guy. C-Bands never stay lagging 45. Says Happy New Year. Giants have to get this done today.
Facts.
Cam Akers or Miles Sanders? I thought I had a tough one. I think you have to go Miles Sanders, right?
Miles Sanders had a quiet day with Gardner Minshew, quarterback, last week, right?
Yeah. How's that Saints run defense?
Saints run defense. I think I got these numbers handy for you right here. New Orleans Saints are 23rd in the NFL right now, allowing 132 yards per game. Their last game, they allowed 143.7. So, last 3 games, they've allowed 143.7. So, yeah, I like that matchup going against the Saints. Miles Sanders, if they didn't get him in the mix last week, it should be that time to get him in the mix this week, and hopefully they'll get a win.
Oh, big shout out. We got Roman. It says, you guys have led me to the championship. Thank you. No, thank
big
you.
Shout out to Roman, yo. Roman's always active on Twitter, man. Big shout out to Roman one time in the building.
C-Bands never stay lacking is also in the championship game.
C-Bands about to get to them bands early.
Big shout out to Carl. We appreciate you for joining us, Carl, as always.
NYG, you know what it is. Shout out Carl in the building.
And I think we're going to save this for Giant Overreaction. But John would like to let everybody know that the DJ debate can finally stop. Ian Rappaport reported Giants want to bring both DJ and Barkley back.
Hey, I saw that report too. I let's not go and jump the gun just yet.
Yeah.
There was a lot of key words in that interview, like, of course, negotiations got to happen. They want to bring them back. Yeah,
a lot of maybes.
Yeah, there's a
might,
lot of maybes.
Possibly.
Somebody hit me up, was running a victory lap on Twitter already. I'm like, man, bro, just chill out. Wait till the ink touch the paper, then you can, say
even then, the way things work in today's society, you gotta wait. You gotta wait a little while after that ink dries too. Big shout out to Juan Pena, says playoffs, baby.
Yes,
Cheers
sir.
and happy new year. Who for my wide receiver 1 and 2? Mike Williams, Jerry Jeudy, DJ Shark, Zay Jones, Adam Thielen, or Deontay Johnson?
I think I'm going Mike Williams and Zay Jones. I like Zay Jones, man. He's been balling out with Trevor Lawrence over there. He had that big 3-touchdown game just 2 weeks ago. And Mike Williams, yeah, you already know, man. Justin Herbert, I think Justin Herbert's going to be the quarterback that's going to challenge Patrick Mahomes for that, above elite tier here in about 2 years.
What about Joe Burrow?
I think he'll remain, franchise elite in that Josh Allen bracket. But he's a beast too. But Herbert just got that, I don't give a damn type of swag that I feel like Burrow don't have.
See, I think Burrow is like the king of that, of these young quarterbacks.
There's a bit of non-recklessness to Joe Burrow's game. It's a little bit more precise than my man Herbert.
Listen, if you want to hear a good back and forth, Awthentik and The Beard, I mean, I hit him with one, and then he came back. I can't argue with that.
I know you like Burrow.
I can't argue with that.
Safer play at most times.
I
Herbert's
cannot
just
argue
like, man, 2nd and 2, I'm throwing this thing 40. I don't care. It can get picked off. I'm walking off the field. I'm going to come back, throw 2 more touchdowns. Love that kid, man. I think he's one of the better quarterbacks. It just he needs the right coordinator for one, and I just think he needs to just the experience now is starting to develop, and I just see those it factors, those traits, kind of like the things we saw in Jalen Hurts just a couple years ago.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting the playoffs are going to have a lot of these good young quarterbacks. Hopefully Trevor Lawrence is in that mix this year. Then you're going to have Burrow, you're going to have Herbert, you're going to have Hurts, maybe Tua. Yep. I mean, there might be like 50 players from that 2020 draft in the playoffs.
That was a good draft, man.
I mean, it's crazy.
And you know how I feel about Tua still. You know how I feel
I know. And listen, I think Tua has the most to improve on out of those four quarterbacks: Jalen Hurts, Herbert, Burrow.
Oh yeah.
Tua, but I think he has taken strides, and I think obviously the weapons have helped. But I think he has taken big strides from last season when, there was times when he would come in for 4 snaps and then they would take him out. Like it was just there's so much going on. So him and Jalen Hurts have made huge strides. Obviously, Jalen Hurts above and beyond most anybody in the league as far as from last season to this season. But Tua has a little bit more to go, but I think he has done a fantastic job this year.
He worries me because of this. It reminds me of the Jared Goff, McVay kind of type of situation. I know it's first year in the system, but you literally got the best weapons in the league, and you probably have one of the better. I'll say you 1,000% have a top 5 play caller in the NFL, and it still looks a little bit.
Yeah, well, it might take a little time. We'll see. Next year might be the year.
Take a little time. Get rid of the migraines and the concussions. Rest up. Get well. Hopefully, you can get into the playoffs and make a little run here. And, make a stake for your name.
Very true. And we got some answers coming in. Beige Boy says B-Rob and Akers. Robinson. B-Rob and Akers.
Yep.
Robinson is playing for playoffs. Robinson and Akers. I think it's it's pretty legit. Big shout out.
You made that one a little bit more difficult than it really was.
Yeah.
Kamara hasn't been playing well. Everything on the line. You got one game. You can't play him, I don't think.
It's kind of crazy because when you think fantasy football and you think Alvin Kamara, you think top tier player, right?
Yeah.
Like it naturally.
Sean Payton.
Big shout out Jersey Life. Big shout out Mike K says Josh Jacobs or McKinnon. San Francisco defense scares me, but Jacobs can get a ton of touches. Obviously, Jason, not Jason. I almost said Jason, like we were talking about the action
Statham.
movie star. Yeah.
Yeah.
Jared Stidham.
Yeah, getting the start.
It's getting the start. And that San Francisco defense is pretty legit, to say the least. I really like McKinnon. I mean, I know Josh Jacobs is the NFL rushing leader right now, but I don't know. McKinnon is just so electric, and he catches the ball at the backfield. He can run the ball. He scores touchdowns. That game's probably going to be a lopsided, disgusting game. So they might, use McKinnon a lot. I think I would lean McKinnon, which sounds absolutely crazy.
I think everything on the line. Number 1 running back in the league. You got to throw the defense out the way. I'm going Josh Jacobs.
Makes sense. Big shout out to Pinjo Thrift in the building. Good to see you, my friend. James Funk always holding us down on Facebook. Jared Goff or Gardner the Magical Mustache Minshew?
You can go first on that.
I was in this dilemma in my DraftKings. I was trying to put together a lineup, and I said, man, one of these two guys is going to have a big game, and they're not going to be a lot of people playing them. So I ended up going Goff. As much as I love Gardner Minshew, I ended up going Goff. I think Goff is the better play here.
I mean, Goff, you holla at your man Sebastian one time. Goff got him in the championship right now. He put up 50 on him just 2 weeks ago. I'm going Goff. Goff's playing great football right now. They're going up against Bears, division rivalry. They should put up a lot of points in that game.
Yeah, Sebastian, this is a situation across the country right now. So a lot of people playing in championships, and there's a lot of people not playing in those championships. Yep. It's that's why this show, I feel like, is more important than it has been in previous years when it's come down here at Awthentik and The Beard Parlay every Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, is because there's so many question marks in the air. It's not as simple as plugging in the guys that have been doing it for you all year long, because a lot of those guys are not playing. So there's a lot of question marks in the air right now for this week in fantasy football for sure. Big shout out to Juan Pena. Says, I need a flex. James Conner, Jamal Williams, Deontay Johnson, or DJ Shark. Happy New Year, fellas. Cheers.
Happy New Year, fam. I think I'm going Jamal Williams again on this one. Hopefully get a couple goal line touches.
Who's the Arizona game again? They're playing.
Cardinals got the Falcons. And the Cardinals got a backup quarterback. It's David Blau today.
That's what kind of makes me think about James Conner a little bit.
You also got to think about it, though, from a defensive standpoint. Like, you're not game planning to stop David Blau from throwing the ball. So you're going to try to stop the running game first.
I think I'm probably going to lean towards Jamal Williams also. It's tough. You know, DeAndre Swift, you just never know what's going to happen over there. But Jamal Williams is the guy when you get around the goal line. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored in that Detroit-Chicago game. So I'm going to lean towards Jamal Williams for sure.
Yeah, the first matchup, I want to say Detroit escaped with a 1-point victory, like 31-30.
Man, Justin Fields, Jared Goff. There's a lot of fun players. Amon-Ra St. Brown in that game. So I think that's going to be interesting. Big shout out to Sebastian. Says AATB got me into the championship.
Big salute, man. You got yourself to the championship. We was just here for the ride, bro.
Amen. Amen. Big shout out to Brian T. Says Barkley Foreman, B Knight, Algier, pick 2.
Is that Zonovan Knight?
I don't know. I don't know who B Knight is.
I think it's probably Z Knight.
Yeah.
From the Jets or Algier, pick 2. Man, the thing, I would love to get Deontay Foreman in New York. To me, he would be the perfect running back to pair with Saquon Barkley. It's so crazy. But right now, Chuba Hubbard has been playing really good football in Carolina. I love the matchup for Carolina today, too. I think it's a potential upset alert. Definitely Saquon Barkley. And I think I'm gonna go Zonovan Knight. You got Mike White back in the lineup today. I think that'll help them out.
I also like Zonovan Knight to pair up with Barkley. If I were to go backup of that, I like Algier's matchup in that game as well. So, and I agree with you about Foreman. I'm a big Foreman fan as well. But that situation when Carolina is just too split, you just don't know where the carries are going to go. Even though they ran for like, what was that, 370 yards last week against the Lions?
They seem to go with the hot hand. Like, they split carries until they see who's really balling out, and then that person's going to get the carries. It seems like Chuba's been getting the carries the last 2 weeks. So I'd look for Foreman to kind of take a back seat to that, but then the goal line touches is where Foreman could eat.
Yeah. This is an interesting question here. Aaron Jones or A.J. Dillon?
I think I'm going Aaron Jones. I mean, A.J. Dillon had a decent game last week.
Yeah, I think you have to lean towards Aaron Jones. It gets tough in those situations when you handcuff those running backs and, one leans one way, one game, and then the next week, like, you're kind of left to yourself with this little bit of a dilemma. But I think I personally would lean Aaron Jones as much as I am a big A.J. Dillon fan. I think I'd have to lean Aaron Jones. Is he have a injury designation on him at all? Like, is he, banged up a little bit? No.
He's ranked higher on Fantasy Pros too by a good bit over A.J. Dillon by a good like 6 slots.
Yeah, I think
his first game against the Vikings wasn't that great. He only had 5 attempts for 49 yards. Last week against the Dolphins, he only had 6 attempts for 25 yards. But everything is on the line for the Packers today. This talk about a must win. They have to win today to keep their playoff hopes alive. I think they would utilize their best player on offense.
Totally agree. Big shout out to Jason Ramsey, projected to win by 10. Hawkinson or Stevenson? Hawkinson it is for me.
Stevenson's coming in questionable in this game as well. So, yeah, I think I'd go Hawkinson until further notice. Ramondre, the injuries, man, they really derailed his season. He was having a really good year, man.
Big shout out to Giants Mafia. Says DJ Moore, Brian Robinson, Christian Watson, or Hawkinson at the flex. He's in the championship.
Ooh. Shout out to you, first of all, for being in the championship, Giants Mafia. Best of luck today. This is tough. Christian Watson is questionable.
Yeah.
I think I'm going Brian Robinson. It's a guarantee he's going to get the volume.
I'm going to agree with you. I'm going to go Brian Robinson. It's just too many variables in a lot of those other players. I feel like Brian Robinson is a volume guy going up against a bad Browns run defense. I think you should be
no Antonio Gibson too. So it's like, where else do they go?
Yeah,
where else
Jonathan
do they go?
Williams is going to get some touches, I suppose. Got to give a big shout out to Texas boy always. Reminding us of the Cowboys record. We appreciate the update on the Dallas Cowboys record. Congratulations
12-4.
for 12
That's looking
wins.
real good. That's looking real good. So that's back-to-back seasons over 12 wins. First time since 1996 for the Cowboys. Salute, bro.
Crazy. Big shout out to Muhammad. Says, I'm new to the channel. This is my second time being on the live. Love what y'all do. Keep it up. Let's go, Giants. Let's get this dub and get this playoff berth. Big shout out to you, Muhammad. We appreciate you.
Couldn't have said that better, Muhammad.
To the
Salute
family.
To you. And welcome to the fam, IG.
Appreciate it. Alex Smith, former Washington football team quarterback. Welcome. Hope all is well.
Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers.
Kansas City Chiefs, San Francisco 49ers. Yeah.
The worst 3 first years in the NFL.
Yeah. So welcome. I hope everything's well. Thank you for joining us. AJ Dillon or DeAndre Swift? Swifty, baby.
Yeah, I think I'm going Swift. More points, and more volume, I feel like, as well.
This is going to be a hot topic off-season debate.
Good question, James.
I'm not focused on 2023 season.
Man, pass that over to me, man.
Go ahead.
You wouldn't take Derek Carr as the Washington Commanders quarterback right now?
I would.
You see, I got to pull the answer out of him. I'm not thinking about the draft in 2023 right now. All right, look, I would take Derek Carr on my team, but for the bag that he commands, I wouldn't. Right now, I mean, he's already been in the league for 7 years now. He has put up a bunch of 4,000-yard seasons. I want to say he had like 4 straight before this year, where it looks like he might actually be under. He's about 500 yards short of hitting 4,000, and he's not playing today, so he's probably not going to get there. You know what you're going to get out of Derek Carr. So for me, if we're going to move on and upgrade from Daniel Jones, we need to upgrade from Daniel Jones. We know what we're going to get out of Daniel Jones already, which is very serviceable, game manager, a quarterback that's not going to make a lot of mistakes, which Derek Carr tends to make a lot of mistakes. And you saw him over there with his number 1 wide receiver. In my eyes, the best number 1 wide receiver in the game, Davante Adams. When you go look at drops and drop rate, Davante Adams, every year in the league, he does not drop the ball. And he's always at the top of the league as far as reception goes and yards. And we saw Derek Carr with him. And they were college teammates, and it wasn't that great. We don't know what Daniel Jones can do with a true number 1 wide receiver like Derek Carr is dealing with. So I would rather play those chips for cheaper, half the price maybe, with Daniel Jones than bring in a guy like Derek Carr right now at this point in his career. But he's a good quarterback. I like Derek Carr, but you know what you're going to get. It's very, very Kirk Cousins kind of vibes.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that whole situation unfolds for sure. And while a lot of us are hoping for playoff pushes, big shout out to Cernak, who's hoping the Texans do not screw up the number 1 pick in the draft. Okay. It's looking like
what's on the line today. If they win, they fall out of number 1.
Well, I think that it becomes close. I guess Chicago is.
Yeah, Chicago got 3 wins.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't just become close. It's right there. Yeah, that's right there. Because Texans got a tie this year, and I think they got 2 victories.
Yeah, 2-12-1. What a year.
I'm going to pray for you, Cernak. I'm going to pray for you, my dog.
Big shout out to Shane, says Judy or Algier.
That's a good question. Tough question. Very average players right there. I think I go Jerry Judy, man. I don't know, man. I had Algier on my fantasy squad, and he's like good for about a good 55, 60 yards for the most part.
I'm going Judy. Got to go Judy in this one. Big shout out to Donahoe 93. Jalen Waddle or Devonta Smith?
Jalen Waddle's got Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback today.
Yep, Devonta Smith's got Gardner Minshew at quarterback. This is an interesting
Jerry Judy's
one.
coming off a big game, by the way, man. 117 yards. It was his, second 100-yard game of the year. I think I'm going to go Jalen Waddle. Both are with backup quarterbacks. Take the one that you think would excel the most if they both had their quarterbacks in. Both great wide receivers. I think I'd go Waddle just by a nick.
I'm going to agree with you as well. It's a coin flip.
Man, that dude, he did not look good last time he came in relief, man. He did not look good. I think he got concussed. He got knocked out the game.
He did. Like, and then that was the other guy, like Skylar Thompson or something like that, came in.
Those are the kind of problems you don't want on championship weekend. Like,
nope.
2 receivers that are dealing with backup quarterbacks. And maybe I want to renege and go Devonta Smith. Oh, hang tight there. Hang tight there. Hold on. Because both of them went over 100 yards last week, A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, right?
I believe so, yeah. Both scored touchdowns also.
Yeah, I'm going Devonta Smith. 3 of his last 4 games, he's gone over 100 yards. 5 catches or more in every game. He's coming off 8 catches for 113 yards versus the Cowboys and 2 touchdowns. He's got 4 touchdowns in his last 4 games. Let's look at Jalen Waddle just to be safe here real quick. And I feel better about Gardner Minshew than I do about Teddy Bridgewater. Now, this guy crazy too. Jalen Waddle, he's got in back-to-back 100-yard games in his last 2 games. He went for 143 yards last week on 5 receptions. Tua was a quarterback. He's got back-to-back weeks with a touchdown. It's tough, but I think I'm going to go Devonta Smith because I think that you know he's going to get the volume. Jalen Waddle, you look at it, it's just 5 receptions. I don't know how the hell he had 143 yards.
He had a 75-yard touchdown pass. Like on the start
he averaged 28.6 yards per catch last week. The week before that, he had 3 for 114. He was averaging 38 yards per reception. Jesus. So for me, I don't know. Is he going to be taking slants to the house with Teddy Bridgewater at quarterback? This is tough. I'm going Devonta Smith. I hope I don't lead you in the wrong direction, but I'm going Devonta Smith.
All right, here we got another one here for you. Half-point PPR, Waddle or Dotson?
Waddle.
I want to lean Dotson because I feel like Dotson his last 3-4 games have been pretty damn good. And now he's got his guy back with Wentz, who, you know, started the whole Dotson run in the beginning of the season. But I think you got to go Waddle too. But I am not mad at Dotson. The half-point PPR favors Waddle more so than Dotson because I feel like Dotson is more of a full-point PPR favorable than a half-point. But, you know, tomato. I think you got to go Waddle.
I do. I definitely think you got to go Waddle. I'm just looking at some numbers with Jahan Dotson with Carson Wentz. He had the 2 touchdowns opening day against Jacksonville. And every other game, he's pretty much scored a touchdown outside of the matchup against Philly, the first matchup when y'all lost. 5 total touchdowns, 18 receptions, 228 yards.
Yeah.
You know, I just got
I have Waddle in my starting lineup in my championship game.
I'm going Jahan Dotson with this one, man.
You are?
Yeah, because I'm worried about Teddy Bridgewater, man. Like, the way that he looked. Let me look up some Teddy Bridgewater.
Now you're scaring me because I have Waddle. I'm depending on Waddle here.
Teddy Bridgewater in 4 games this year, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 61.7 completion percentage. He really only played in 2 of those games, really played. So he's bound to throw an interception. He had 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions versus the Vikings, and 1 touchdown, 1 interception versus the Bengals. This is so difficult because, to me, the game plan that works for Washington today to win the game is rely on the running game. If the Browns can't stop the run, it'd be a pretty easy, ugly victory for Washington, which means Jahan Dotson's not going to get a lot of volume. Jalen Waddle hasn't been getting volume the past couple weeks anyway, but he's definitely capitalizing on the receptions that he gets. If you want to play it safe, go Waddle. If you want to take a risk and you need some points out there, I think you go Jahan Dotson.
I think that's the best way you could really put that answer for sure. Did you catch any of the Pat McAfee simulcast in the College Football Plus?
I saw a clip of the field goal right at the end, and that was about it.
Big shout out to Cortez for the $1.99 super chat. No drop passes, no dropped interceptions, just win and in.
Yeah, I feel you on that. More so on the dropped interceptions with the wide receivers. I'm one of them Giants fans that the drops don't even bother me no more. It's not even that big of a deal. If you look at Evan Ingram, the person that we used to just completely rag on about drops all throughout his entire career, his drop rate is dead in the middle of what he's had for a career over there in Jacksonville. But somehow we call it thriving now, right? Because he's making plays. Make plays. I don't care about the drops if you make plays. Richie James last week, he had the big drop on 3rd down, but he also had the big play on the sidelines that was opened up by Kenny Galladay. Go out there and do that. Go out there and make plays. I'd much rather see you have 8 receptions for 90 yards and 1 drop than have 4 receptions for 38 yards and no drops. So go out there, just make the plays and win the game straight up.
Big shout out to our guy, Lalo, Mr.
Hey,
HD.
big
Happy
shout
New
out.
Year to you.
I was
as well.
chopping it up with Damon yesterday, and Lalo came up, man. Big shout out to Lalo. Was just talking about you last night, man.
Big shout out to Sebastian. Thinking of benching Devontae Adams and going waiver wire. Drake London, Brandon Cooks, and Zay Jones are available. Should I go that route?
Waiver is fire. I literally right now, I would find a way to put Zay Jones on the roster and then start thinking about it until you get to the games. Because Zay Jones been balling out. Devontae Adams with a backup quarterback, you never know. You saw Gardner Minshew. He came in as a backup. He said, I'm not shying away from the wide receivers I know that make plays. He had 20 targets go to Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown last week. So you never know. A backup quarterback, what's my man's name? Jared Stidham. Wasn't he with the New England Patriots for a little while?
Yes.
Who knows?
Yes,
Maybe
he
he comes in and gives you 17 targets to Devontae Adams. You never know. So, but Drake London, absolutely not. Brandon Cooks, I think, would be an extreme Hail Mary. But if one of these 3 players, it would be Zay Jones for me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good advice. Pick up Zay Jones. Drop somebody else who's on your bench you're not going to play, and then, make a decision at the end. For me, it's hard to bench Devontae Adams. I don't care if I'm playing quarterback,
Now, if you playing quarterback, we know no passes are going beyond 12 yards. We know that.
Come
right off
on,
the bat.
man.
Especially outside the hash. Outside the hash, no pass is going past 4 yards. Straight up down. If we get some across the middle, I'd give you a good 10 to 12. But, man, the Beard, we got to get this football team back going, because last time I seen you out there, I was like, yo, the Beard, he's falling off that cliff. I'm still Tom Brady in here almost at 40, but the Beard, you was out here looking like, I don't even know. I don't even know. You was out here looking like my man Chase Daniels or something. I don't know what was going on with you out there that day. It's like my shoulder, man, my shoulder. I don't know, bro.
Man, thanks a lot. Big shout out to Caleb. Caleb Shaw. DeAndre Hopkins is out, half PPR. Pittman in a horrible offense. Greg Dortch, backup quarterbacks have been. This is not ideal for you. I'm gonna go Dortch. I've been a Dortch guy before. I'm gonna be a Dortch guy today.
Hopkins. You going Dortch over Michael Pittman?
Dortch over Pittman.
Nah, I'm not doing that. Caleb, man, this is a bad situation to be in. You better check to see if Zay Jones on that waiver wire. That's gonna be your best bet. But I'd go Michael Pittman. Like, the Giants' defense is banged up. They're talking about Xavier McKinney might play. I just actually got a tweet update that said he was warming up with Davis Webb, throwing the ball around and whatnot. But Adoree Jackson, that secondary's banged up right now. That linebacker core is not good. I'd look for Michael Pittman to at least give you a couple catches, man. Greg Dortch, I don't even know, bro.
Dortchmeister.
I always get Dortch mixed up with the dude from the Commanders, Dax Milne. Is that his name? Returning punts? Kick returning punts.
Yeah. That's not very nice to Dortch. You want to know who's back? My arch nemesis. Nobody make the like he's
you want to know who's not back?
Who's that?
Zach Attack.
Oh.
He's definitely not back.
He's not back.
Might be the last time we hear them bars for the rest of Awthentik and The Beard's existence.
Not one of my biggest. I'm not a big fan of. Troy Apke is back for the Washington Commanders on the active roster. I hate
speed.
it.
Got some speed.
No speed. That's like he has like
a 4.4 to combine or something.
Yeah. That's like the Beard speed, like 4.6 40. It's not real speed.
Explain that for me, because you really dogging his accomplishments right now.
I don't mean to dog his accomplishments. I'm not a dogger.
The Beard's 40 time is allegedly. He literally ran that 40.
Allegedly.
I want to say it was 4.3, man.
No way.
Let's
no
see.
way. Troy
Let's
Apke
see.
ran a 4.340.
Man, I'm telling you, he's one of the fastest
Absolutely
white boys
not.
4.34. Look, let me tell you how I remember.
In what year?
Whatever year he was drafted, and he's at the combine.
That was like 8 years ago.
That's cool. I'm just telling you what he ran. They don't run the 48 years into their career, bro. But let me tell you why I remember. They had somebody like Deion Sanders on the panel, and he was like, damn, that white boy fast. Like, that's how I remember it, yo. Like, tell you, that boy got some speed. And last time he was on the field, he played all right.
No, he played horrible.
I'm telling you.
He's not a very good player, but shout out to Troy Apke. Welcome back to the active roster.
I hope he makes some plays to spite you today, because last time he was on the field, I'm telling you, he made some plays.
Yeah, bad plays. Big shout out to our guy, Beige Boy. Flex, Gabe Davis, Pacheco, Foreman, Jamal Williams. Pick one. Ooh, that's tough.
I'm already leaning Jamal Williams and Gabe Davis. Is Pacheco getting into the end zone? I don't think so, man.
I don't think so either.
Who is getting into the end zone for the Kansas City Chiefs, man?
Kadarius
I don't
Toney?
get it. Travis Kelce, that's it?
And
He the only one? Man, he got 2 touch. I looked at his stats the other day. I was like, this dude's stats look like they all came from one game. He's got like 82
touchdown.
yards on the
One
season.
catch, one
He's got
touchdown.
Two touchdowns on like 5 receptions or something like that. Isaiah Pacheco ain't scored since the Bengals game on December 4th. He's about a 14, 15 carry type of guy. I mean, he's doing okay with his carries. 13 for 70 3 weeks ago against the Broncos, 15 for 86 2 weeks ago against the Texans, which is they're terrible against the run, and 14 for 58 against the Seahawks. I think I'm going Jamal Williams.
I have Gabe Davis on my bench.
Man, Jamal Williams had a horrible, horrible game last week, though.
Yeah.
He hasn't had a good game in weeks, man. Gabe Davis?
Gabe Davis is looking like
Davis found his way into the end zone the other day. I
the
remember.
winner by default.
7 touchdowns on a year. Let me see this game log here. Okay, he had a touchdown last week, but 6 targets, man, 45 yards, 3 receptions for 45 yards. Oh, God, who else is up there? Foreman? Damn. I'm feeling for you, Beige Boy. I'm going to say a prayer for you, my dude. Don't. Gabe Davis it is.
Gabe Davis.
Damn, do we go with a running back, bro? Hold on. Do we really go Gabe Davis?
If you're going to go with a running back, you have to go Pacheco here, right?
What? I'm going Jamal Williams, man. I'm sticking to the script. I don't care what the last 4 games look like. I'm going Jamal Williams. It's up against the Bears, man. He should put up some points.
It's an interesting situation you got yourself in there, Beige Boy.
Yeah, that's
Big
tough.
shout out to Ligma. Jets or Broncos defense, Higbee or Komet. Higbee's banged up, I think. If Higbee's 100% go, you go Higbee. But I don't think you'll know that. I think that's a 4 o'clock game. Cole Komet's a 1 o'clock game. Then you have to go Cole Komet in case Higbee doesn't go. And give me the Jets defense over the Broncos defense after that piss poor showing against the Los Angeles Rams last week.
Yeah, I mean, Higbee's injury is he's questionable. That's sketchy right there, Best. Defense, what defense you say you going with?
Jets.
With the Jets defense going up against the Seahawks?
Yeah.
And who the Broncos play this week? They play the Chiefs. Oh. You ain't even had to ask us that one, Lick. But definitely go with the Jets defense one time. And yeah, I mean, you got the injury thing. I think just play it safe. Go Cole Komet. Cole Komet, he's not Cole Komet. That's kind of funny. Sound like a dope dealer. But Cole Komet, he's not scoring touchdowns. I think it's 5 straight games. Me and the Beard was looking this up before the show. But he does get a little bit of volume there. He will get you a couple receptions. I'd keep my eye on the Tyler Higbee situation to the last minute. Keep up to date with Rappaport and all the people reporting on them, and then see what you go with there.
All right, we're getting close to having to do our rapid fire picks, so we're gonna get through these last couple questions rapid fire style. Caleb Shaw, J.K. Dobbins, or Algier?
Yo, we are in championship nightmare today.
Dobbins.
I think I'm going Dobbins as well.
Oh my goodness gracious! Josh Jacobs or Chris Godwin?
Josh Jacobs.
I'm not gonna help you here. I'm gonna go Godwin.
Upset alert.
Upset alert, huh? All right, here we go. In the championship game for the 2nd straight year, trying to go 2 for 2. Waddle or Ayuk at the flex?
Brock Purdy been playing some good football. I think I'm going Brandon Ayuk. God damn. hardest parlay show ever, yo. Like, yo, this.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Let me tell you, people are going absolutely bananas for Brock Purdy rookie cards. It's like Mac Jones hype on like 5,000. Like
you saw what happened with that hype, right?
Yeah. Oh, I saw it. I knew that was coming. Okay. Jeff Powell, PPR, Dotson, Singletary, Davis, Dobbins, Jones, Cooper, pick 3. Dotson, Dobbins, Jones. I feel like this is like a
Dotson,
nursery
Dobbins,
rhyme.
Jones.
That's where I'm going.
Amari Cooper been playing some good football.
He has.
I'm going to go. This is tough. Am I going to leave the running back off? 2 running backs there. This is tough. I think I'm going to go Singletary. Yeah, you got to pick one. You got to pick one from the Bills. I'm going to go Singletary, Zay Jones, and Amari Cooper.
I hope Amari Cooper does not do good. Big shout out to Ligma. Start 3 of these 5. Chase, Allen, Moore, Watson, Hodgins. Chase, Allen are 100%. And I kind of like Moore. If Watson was 100% healthy, that's also, I think, a 4 o'clock game. So that hurts you. I think you got to go Chase, Allen, Moore.
I got to see what Chris Moore has been doing since that big game. I know he had the 100-yard game. Nah, 2 for 25, 4 for 42. Give me Isaiah Hodgins. Isaiah Hodgins is kind of operating like a number 1 right now in the Giants offense, and they've been utilizing that short pass attack. He's going to get some receptions there. I wonder if it's PPR. If it's PPR, I'm definitely going Hodgins.
Ooh. Conklin, Kmet, or Higbee? Once again, you're in a tough spot because of Higbee's injury. Because if Higbee is healthy, he's the guy, 100%.
Yeah.
But he plays at 4 o'clock. I'm pretty sure Jets Seahawks is at 1 o'clock, right?
I think so. It's one of the last games on our earlier slate, so I'm not sure if it's at 4 or at 1. Let me peep for you real quick.
I can check really fast too. Banners.
It's at 4.
So you have Conklin as an option. That's there for sure.
I would give different advice for this one. I would not start Kmet, and I would just
go
play
Conklin,
it with Conklin and Higbee, and just wait till you get the news. If Higbee gets to start, go with Higbee.
I think that's makes sense, especially because Conklin kind of saves you a little bit because Mike White is back, so that kind of helps you too.
Mike White,
you know. Jacob says, pick one PPR: Dotson, Sutton, Jones, or Jacoby Myers. I'm going Dotson.
I'm going Zay Jones.
Big shout out to our guy Renee.
Out.
$5 super chat. I'm back as requested. Need 2 running backs, 1 wide receiver, and a flex. He's also going Mike White over Brock Purdy for $1K. All right. 2 running backs,
Chubb
1 wide
Jacobs,
receiver.
100% for me, Chubb and Jacobs at the running back. And wide receiver, Waddle or Godwin. Going White over Purdy. I'm going Waddle. I'll go Waddle. I got an upset alert.
I agree. Jacobs, Chubb, and Waddle. That's where I'm going to go also. Definitely. That's good luck, man. That's a big matchup.
Yeah, and a big pot, man. I hope you get that. Get to the bag, Renee.
I'd be a little reluctant to play Chubb, but Washington's defense without Cam Curl, it's crazy.
Why would you be reluctant to play Chubb?
Because he's going up against one of the best defenses in the National Football League.
The buzzsaw you like to talk about?
Yeah, but we put the buzzsaw back in the garage until the game's over.
They needed some repair, huh? The buzzsaw hit its own cord. It got a little slice on the cord now. We got to get that repaired.
Speaking of buzzsaws, big shout out to Tuto.
Tuto in the building.
Put a $4.99 super chat. Says massive salutes and respects to Awthentik and Beards. Wishing y'all the happiest, healthiest new year. We've suffered a devastating loss last Friday and are officially eliminated. Sorry to hear that, Tuto. We got nothing but love for you. we know that if anybody can bounce back and come back stronger next season, it's a guy like you. So big shout out to Tudo. We appreciate you as
Tudo,
always, my guy. All right.
You know, the Nick Chubb thing, it's rubbing me the wrong way here.
Is it?
Yeah, man, he's got over 95 yards in both his last 2 games. Why would we sit Nick Chubb?
Against who?
The Saints and the Ravens. His last 100-yard game came at the end of November against the Buccaneers.
Those are both butter knives in comparison to Washington.
Okay. I got you.
I'm just saying. I said Chubb too. I didn't say not to play Chubb. I just said I'm a little reluctant because you know,
I know. I'm just asking why you were a little reluctant.
Hey, big shout out to my guy Leroy in the building. Blood, sweat, and cell. Appreciate you, Leroy. Hope all is well, my guy. Thanks for stopping by and saying hello.
Blood, sweat, and cell. Like that.
He's a tool guy. He resells tools.
Dope.
And his last name is Blood.
You know, you should probably holler at him for that buzzsaw you need repaired.
That was... you see how that all just kind of came together right there, man?
The cord fixed on the buzzsaw.
Oh, man. All right, ladies and gentlemen, big shout out. 62 people rocking with us right now in the building. It's that time to do rapid fire. I reached for my drink and it was...
You know, the can looking extra light.
All right, we're going to power through this without any beverages. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready for some...
That was the remix, bro.
Every once in a while, you know, the beard just goes off the tracks and just, you know, just...
Give you a couple high notes.
off the hips, you know what I'm saying? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first
it's like a blend of Are You Ready for Some Football and like
Get ready to rumble?
Michael Buffer like before a boxing match. It was like, let's get ready to rumble meets Are You Ready for Some Football?
That's exactly where I was going with that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first game on the slate is going to be the Arizona Dorches, who are 4-11. They are headed to Atlanta. It is a bird versus bird. The Falcons are 5-10. They're 6-point favorites. The over-under is 41. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give me the Atlanta Falcons to win. Give me the Falcons to win, to cover, and I'm going to take the under 41.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. This parlay show has been extremely difficult, man. These matchups, these questions from the chat about what player to start. Look at this game right here, man. Who am I supposed to pick here? I guess I'm going with the Falcons,
Can you name the starting quarterbacks and running back? Oh, I guess can you name the starting quarterbacks?
I can do the quarterback. It's for the Cardinals, you got your boy David Blau, right? You got the young rookie, the young pup for the Atlanta Falcons, Riddler. What's his name? What's my man's name?
Just Ritter, not Riddler.
Ritter. I'm mixing him up with the college kid. And running backs, you said?
Yeah. Algier,
Cordell Patterson,
and
James
on
Conner.
the IR, I think. Just Conner and Algier. It's yeah. We're gonna move on now.
This is ugly.
There's only one game between teams with winning records this week.
Dog, I'm picking the Falcons to win a game right now. Are we serious? Like,
what are you gonna pick? The Cardinals?
I might, man. I might, dog. Like, what am I doing here? Dog, I'm Cardinals in the upset, man. I'm switching it. Forget that. They just lost to the Ravens, bro. With no Lamar Jackson. The Ravens averaged 7 less points without Lamar Jackson in the lineup. They're beating teams scoring 13 points, Falcons being one of them. I'm going Cardinals, man.
All right, we're going to get a little bit better here, okay? The Miami Tualus Bridgewater Dolphins, who are 8-7, they are headed to New England to face the Mac got stiff-armed on his back. Jones
That's
at
more like
7-8.
This is like putting Taylor Heineke on the matchup graphic. It's like, you're not putting Mac Jones on the matchup graphic. It's Bill Belichick, okay? Like, forget the rest of the players.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win this game. I'm gonna take the under 41.
Oh, I definitely just lost the beard there. Oh, there he is. He's back. You're back now. Yeah, it was like I'm gonna take the Matrix dial-up tones.
I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win this game. I don't know about the over/under.
So you think a backup quarterback is gonna go out here and beat Bill Belichick? I told you, Bill Belichick. I should have just put Bill Belichick. I'm gonna start doing that. Little Bill Belichick face instead of the Patriot logo. Because the Patriots got no damn players, man.
Give me the Dolphins, man.
I'm going Patriots, man. Teddy Bridgewater, bruh ain't been that good. I'm going with the Patriots. Patriots are playing for their playoff lives here, man, and their record
so
is better.
Miami.
Yeah, Miami, man, you know, they got all them weapons over there and still ain't showing up. They got an average quarterback, and now they got a backup quarterback. Not going
Miami is not only going to win this game, they're going to win by 2 touchdowns.
I'm picking all the underdogs today, okay? I'm going Cardinals, I'm going Patriots, I'm going Panthers.
Who
else we got?
All right, here we go. The New
Texans.
Orleans Saints are 6-9. They're headed to Philadelphia, who's 13-2. The Eagles are 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 41.5. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You already know I'm going with my brother. You know what I'm saying? Gardner, the magical mustache Minshew.
I thought you was going to go with the Irish dude, Andy Dalton.
Nah. You know, mustaches over gingers any day of the week. So I'm going to take Minshew. I'm going to take the Eagles. I'm going to take the over 41.5.
I got to stick with the game plan from Thursday. I don't like to switch it up. And y'all know I picked the Saints in the upset. Saints have been playing teams close all year long. They only have 2 losses that came out of that weren't one-score games. And those 2 losses were 13 points. One of them was to the Bengals, I believe, and I forget who the other one was. I'm going Saints in an upset here, man. I think they're going to figure out Gardner Minshew. I'm going Saints with the upset. That's 3 in a row.
I got one. This next one, I'm pretty sure Awthentik's not going to take the upset. It's the Indianapolis Colts, who are 4-10-1. They're headed to New York to face the contract extension Giants, who are 8-6-1. They are 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 39. Kickoff is at 1:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Awthentik, who you got? Let the beat rock.
So look, man, I could find a reason why the Colts could win this game.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to do
Giants.
that. I got all my fam. Shout out to Lax, who's in the parking lot right now, in New York right now. I got fam at the game. You know what I'm saying? Got to go with the Giants in this one. I'm taking the Giants to cover. It's 5.5 now. That went up a little bit. And 39, we not going to get there. The Giants are going to win this game. Something like 19-13, something like that. We'll see.
I'm going to take the Giants. I'll take the Giants to cover, and I'm going to take the under as well. Good luck.
Saquon better get it going in this game, man. If Saquon don't get it going in this game, Giants fans, prepare to be on the edge of your seat for a close game down the stretch in the 4th quarter.
Don't turn that ball over either. No Yannick Ngakoue in this game for the Colts either, so that's going to be a little bit of a relief for the New York Giants.
I saw somebody call him Yannick Njoku today. Some Twitter beefs, you just go, I'm going to just let that one go. Somebody else going to handle that one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They'll get to that one for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Up next, it's the Carolina Chuba Panthers. They're 6-9. They're headed to Tampa Bay, who is 7-8.
Don't you dare do a disservice to my man one time, Sam Darnold. Don't you dare do that, putting Chuba.
Oh,
You
yeah.
put Chuba on the graphic?
Chuba
ain't on the graphic, not yet.
Chuba. He's just got a cooler name, man.
Sam Darnold, man, he don't got the weapons, man. You know, he's never had the offensive line, man. He's never had the wide receiver 1, man.
Well, they're underdogs, so thanks. Probably going to pick the Carolina Panthers with this game.
No, I've been saying
the over/under is 40.5. Who you got, Awthentik?
I got the Panthers, man. They were playing hot football, man. Yo, shout out to Steve Wilkes, right? That's the interim head coach over there. He just earned himself a damn job, man. Salute to you, fam. If they don't bring him back next year, I don't know what's wrong with the NFL. Everything is rigged. He should be back, obviously. Got them winning games when everyone thought they was in tank mode. They got to win out here. If the Panthers win their next 2 games, they win the division. Whew, it's set up. Give me the Panthers and the over.
I'm going to agree with you, actually. I'm going to take the Panthers in the over as well. This is just getting fun now. This is getting reckless. How reckless will Awthentik be in this next matchup?
All these 1 o'clock games. I'm telling you, keep an eye on all of them.
Let's ride. Denver Broncos are 4-11. They're headed to Kansas City.
I ain't picking
Chiefs.
I ain't picking them. No, sir.
Do you think the Chiefs cover 12.5? Over under it's 45. Kickoffs at 1 o'clock.
I feel like didn't these teams play already? Right? They played, right?
Yeah, they had to. Yeah.
I feel like that game was close.
It was. Well, it started out close, remember? Or no, it started out as a blowout, and then it got close. Yeah.
I don't think the Chiefs cover, but the Chiefs going to win this one. Give me the over.
That was Russell Wilson's best game. That's the game when he got the head into the dirt game.
Got concussed. Yes, he did. The head into the dirt game.
I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to take the Kansas City.
You would never talk about Tua like that.
No, probably not. I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs to win. I think the Chiefs win by 2 touchdowns, and I'm going to take the over 45. Chiefs might score 45 points themselves. So
these upset picks I'm picking, I'm telling you, it's going to be a legendary day on the parlay. I'm telling you.
We're going to see. I got some other upsets. I hope
Cardinals,
you pick this. You got
Patriots,
this one? I need you to pick this one.
And the Panthers.
Okay, here we got one more for you.
This one, nah, dog. Come on, bro.
Come on, man. This one. Chicago Bears are 3-12. They headed to Motown.
Okay.
The Lions are 7-8. Little temptations. I would have done the chair spin, but the way my headphone connecting cord is set up, it would have been a disaster.
Now, that would have been impressive, if you. No, nah. Now it's not impressive. Oh, God. Oh, God.
I did it. The Lions are favored by 6 points.
Now y'all understand what I'm saying when I was talking about his athleticism last time he was out throwing the football.
I just looked like I did a triple duck in the figure skating in the Olympics.
A triple what?
Dude. I'm going to take the Chicago Bears in an upset victory here. Yep. Chicago Bears.
I know why you're picking the Chicago Bears. Yep, trying to convince himself Washington going to get in.
I'm going to take the over 52.5. This is probably going to be like a 34-31 game, Chicago Bears.
I don't think this game will pan out the same way it did last time, both teams going over 30. I'm going to take the under, actually, in this one, and the Lions will handle the Bears today.
All right, up next, this is not an upset that you can pick. I will not allow it. It is the Cleveland Browns.
Y'all are favored?
Yeah. Cleveland Browns. My wife this morning was like, I don't know why I've never asked this before, but why are they just a color?
It's not necessarily just a color because it is named after somebody's last name, right? I think.
Yeah.
Then they went with the color. They're like, oh, his last name's Brown. Why don't we? Brown seems to be the color, right? I don't know if I would have did that.
And they're orange.
Then there would have been some speculation there. They're called the Browns and they're purple or something. That'd be kind of weird too.
It's all weird.
Got to go Browns and Browns. I think that's the way. You see, I've been sending emails out to the graphics department, right? That elf, he's played out, man.
I kind of like the elf, but okay.
You would.
Cleveland Browns are 6-9. They're headed here to D.C., which is actually Maryland, where they play. Shout out to Chris Peace. He's at the game right now, repping the Giants in the parking lot of the Commanders Stadium.
Good man.
Commanders are favored by 2. Over under is 40.5. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm taking the Commanders to win this game because they have to win this game. I'm going to take the over 40.5 because Carson Wentz is the quarterback now, and we're probably going to score 30 points. Go Commanders.
Is there any way that Taylor Heineke comes into this game?
Absolutely. If Carson Wentz stinks it up and we're still in the game and we have to win the game, yeah, of course.
Okay. That doesn't sound like typical Beard jargon right there. I went with the Commanders on Thursday. I got to stick to the script, but damn. I want to pick another upset here, man. I really
You got a few more games left, man, to pick upsets.
The next one I'm definitely not picking an upset. I don't know, man. This might be the last chance right here. This really might be the last chance. I'll stick with the script, man, just for the sake of getting all these teams from the NFC East in the playoffs. I'll take the Commanders in this one. Give me the under 40.5, though, in this one. Commanders by 2? Sure.
Big shout out to the Jacksonville Jaguars. They are 7-8. They are favored by 3 points. They are headed to Houston to face the Texans, who are the weirdest record I can remember in recent history. They're 2-12-1. The over-under in this game is 43. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going with my Jacksonville Jaguars, although I'm pretty sure the Texans have won like 29 out of the last like 34 matchups against the Jaguars. But I'm going to take the Jags minus the 3, and I'm going to take the over 43.
This will probably be like 28-3. I'm going to take the under. I'm going to take the Jags to cover the 3.
Next week's going to be interesting. Jacksonville, Tennessee, division on the line.
Big shout out Evan Ingram, man. The kid been balling out, man, doing damage. Yeah. And he out there flexing. You could see the confidence, man. He just need to get away from New York, man. So big shout out to Evan Ingram.
Up next, speaking of Brock Purdy, it's the San Francisco 49ers. They are 9.5-point favorites. They are headed to Vegas. That's fantastic. Let's throw in Jarrett Stidham against the number 1 defense in the league. The Raiders are 6-9. The over-under is 42.5. Kickoff is at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to take the Niners. I'm going to take the Niners minus 9.5. I'm going to take the under 42.5.
It's upset week, man, but I'm not picking the Raiders. I don't see a way. I just don't see a way. 49ers defense has been just ridiculous. Number 1 against the rush this year, man. Josh Jacobs is really the only hope I feel for the Raiders. 49ers win this one. 9.5. I got a sneaky feeling the Raiders are going to be in the mix. I think the Raiders will cover that.
How many 42. interceptions does Jarrett Stidham throw today?
None.
Man,
Has he thrown a pick yet? He had
in
one,
his
right?
life? No, I'm talking about Jarrett Stidham. No,
Stidham. I was thinking Brock Purdy. Stidham's going to throw a pick, yeah.
Oh, man. Good luck, Jarrett. You're going to need it, buddy. The New York Jets, Mike White is back. Zach Attack is back to the bench. Jack, shout out to the graphics department. The Jets are 7-8.
These are 2 of the ugliest logos in the whole damn league. These are really ugly logos, man. Like the Seahawks logo is like the nose is leaning down a little. Why? The Jets, you're a football-shaped logo with a football in the football. No, dog. It's going to be a no for me, dog. They did a football-shaped logo and put another football in it, and they're the Jets.
Yeah, like where's the airplane?
The Jets, the italic is, I guess, supposed to represent a dog. They tripping. Worst black uniforms we've probably ever seen in football history.
They need airplane. They need fighter jets on.
Yeah. Logo. You remember when y'all were thinking about Red Tails? I was like, you could do some fire with that. The Jets have a football-shaped logo with a football in the middle of the football.
Yeah, and then like you could show up with like aviators and bomber jackets.
Oh man,
like
it'd be lit. It'd be lit. They not thinking. They need Awthentik and The Beard in the branding department. Shout out to the branding department over here, Awthentik and The Beard. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out. I'm going to take the Jets. I'm going to take the Jets minus 1.5. I'm going to take the under 42.5.
I see where you going with all these games. It almost sneezed out the room. I see where you going, though. You want everything to go right in case y'all lose. I see where you going with this.
I mean, listen, we each have our own agenda today. You're going
I don't got no agenda here at all, man. I damn near found a way for the Colts to beat the Giants here. This is a revenge game for Geno Smith. You think he's going to go up here and let the Jets with the football logo, with the football inside the football logo, beat him? No way in hell. No way. Seahawks get the W. I'm taking the over in this game. Mike White going to put up some points, but Geno Smith about to go out here and do some damage. Tyler Lockett's coming back to play in this game. He got pins and needles inside his hand and all that. He's going to make some touchdowns today as well. Give me the Seahawks. Upset? Why are the Jets even favored in this game?
Defense, I guess.
They have a football-shaped logo with a football inside of the football, man. Yo, dog. Yo, that is so bad, yo. Yeah, man, I was talking with the graphics department, man. We were going back and forth on this one. You know, and I had, I had the circular logo that I suggested for them. But how we gonna have a circular logo with a football-shaped logo? So this was a lose-lose situation for the graphics department. Shout out to them for trying their best, man.
That's why I gave them they did what they could, man. Sometimes we
something
work with
about
scraps.
the Seahawks logo makes the Seahawks writing looks like it's like samurai writing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like samurai vibes. Like, this is horrible, man. But give me the Seahawks, man. God, that logo is so bad. Change that. Seahawks have had that logo since who's the Hall of Fame wide receiver?
Steve Largent.
Since Steve Largent, they had that logo, bro. Terrible, man. Come on, what is next game?
Minnesota Vikings. Kirk Cousins is going to Lambeau to face Aaron Rodgers. The Packers are 7-8. They're 3-point favorites. Over-unders 47.5. Kickoff is at 4:25. Authentic.
Yeah, no, you go first.
No. I need you to go first.
You've been hating on the Vikings all year long. I don't know, man. I think they're kind of frauds. I don't think they're a great team. But, I don't know if they're good. I'm going with the Packers, man. Everything on the line, man. Aaron Rodgers about to elevate his play. I'm going with the Packers today, man. Is this an upset?
Yeah, no, the Packers are favored.
3, right? Packers are favored by how? Explain this to me. How are the Packers favored against the Vikings, but the Jets are favored? How does that make any sense?
It's Lambeau, man. Minnesota's undefeated in one-score games. Every time they've been favored, they've won. Every time they've been underdogs, they've lost.
11-0 in one-score games. It's an NFL record.
Give me the Minnesota Vikings to win.
Listen,
I would pick Green Bay if Green Bay was not hot on Washington's tail. Actually, you know what? I got a feeling Washington's going to win, so I don't care if Green Bay wins. Actually, I do care because it makes things a little bit. Give me the Minnesota Vikings to win this game. I'm going to take the over 47.5. That's where I'm at.
Okay.
Now that we are out of the way of games that have anything to do with the Washington Commanders playoff positions, I feel a lot more comfortable picking these games. The Los Angeles Rams are 5-10. They are headed.
Those are some decent logos right there. Shout out to the graphics department one time, man.
The Los Angeles Rams are headed to Los Angeles to face the Chargers today. The Rams are 5-10. Chargers are 9-6. Chargers are 16.5-point favorites. Over unders 41.5. Kickoff is at 4:25 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Give me the Chargers, but I think the Rams cover. Baker Maker to Akers. I'm going to take the over at 41.5.
I'm glad you brought up Baker Mayfield. When they talk about, especially in New York, they talk about this a lot, how, John Mayer came out. We did the quarterback no favors and, all the things they did wrong for Daniel Jones. Baker Mayfield literally, revived the Browns franchise. Got them their first playoff win. Deshaun Watson coming off of this sexual charge that he had for what was it, a sexual assault. They were just like, bro, peace, and brought in this guy. Speaking of quarterbacks being done dirty, Baker Mayfield has been done dirty.
100%.
They did him extremely dirty, and I know Odell said they sent him to Cleveland to die. They sent this man Baker Mayfield to Carolina to die, and then now he gets this second chance with the Rams to prove himself. I've always said that Baker Mayfield was a pretty decent quarterback. He's another quarterback that's average. At his floor is average, if you ask me. And I talked about this because my cousin Serge told me this about Baker Mayfield. Shout out to Serge. He said, every time you count Baker Mayfield out in his career, dating all the way back from high school to college, when he walked on, all of that, he always proves himself. And that's exactly what he's doing. Now, I'm not going to pick them in an upset win over one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league, in Justin Herbert. But I just wanted to say that because, a lot of fans hate on Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
And they were looking at that comeback victory on Thursday night when he first got back in the lineup like, oh, this is fluke, blah, blah, blah. People rooting off for Baker Mayfield. Great story. I hope this kid finishes out this season on a high note and finds himself back as a starting quarterback in the NFL because he deserves to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. In this game, I'm taking the Chargers. I think the Rams will cover if if Cam Akers can continue to play the kind of football that he has played, it'll open up the pass attack for the Rams, and they can cover. I'm going to take over the 41.5.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is Baker Mayfield loves to play football.
Facts.
And you saw after that game, it was like he was in the locker room. It's like he had been in that locker room already for the whole season. Like he's the type of quarterback that you wish every quarterback who had skills and talent like Zach Wilson had Baker Mayfield's attributes as a person and as a locker room guy. You know what I'm saying?
There's no statistics for heart, or what was the other one? There's no M
gamer.
in the stat.
Yeah.
No G for
Moxie,
gamer.
None of that.
But it does show up. And Baker Mayfield is one of those guys. I don't know if you saw the clip that was going around on Twitter with Baker Mayfield recently, right? He throws a touchdown pass to like Peoples-Jones or somebody, right? This is when Odell was over there. And he like he's rolling to his right per usual. You know Baker Mayfield, the pocket get the pressure up the middle. He's gonna flush to the right every time. Rolls to the right, throws a touchdown. He does that thing where he like high steps like, a German soldier kind of type thing on the sideline. Runs down to go celebrate, and Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham are like just walking off the field. He's mic'd up. Baker Mayfield's mic'd up. And then Jarvis Landry and Odell Beckham are walking off the field kind of like with their heads down, not really celebrating. He walks up to them, and he says, "Be patient, boys. Be patient." He like pats them on the butt, and he's like, "Be patient," almost like he had to like coddle the two diva wide receivers. So Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry now are getting a lot of flack for being bad teammates. But to me, this shows you like people that have played football and people that haven't played football. You know me, bro. We played ball together a lot, especially in that league when Josie played with us. Josie could get a touchdown in the red zone. I'm walking off the field like, "Hey, bro, I was hoping." Bro, damn ball, okay? Wide receivers want the ball every play. Please don't try to read into that stuff too much, man. That's what makes them great. They want the ball every play.
Yeah, I totally agree. And good luck, Baker. This should be a fun game, though, I think. I think it'll be a fun game. Up next, looking at probably a 13-10 game. It's the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 7-8. They're headed to Baltimore. The Ravens somehow, I have no idea how, are 10-5.
Lamar Jackson.
He's been out for like 7 weeks.
He left them with 7 wins.
They're 2-point favorites. The over-under is very JV, and 35 is the over-under. Kickoff is at 8:20. Who you got?
Not going to get there. And it's a primetime game. It's even worse.
Give me the Steelers. Mike Tomlin, let's get you to 500 or better.
I want to be there with you with getting Mike Tomlin to 500. I really do.
I'm going to take the under 35.
The Ravens have won 2 of those games without Lamar Jackson. They scored under 13 points. I think I'm going Ravens, man.
It's going to be tough.
What they call Huntley? Snoop?
Snoop.
Yeah. Lost the beard there, but we going to just rock out.
I'm back. Let's go, Mike Tomlin.
This is the last chance, right? You get 9 losses. It's got to happen eventually, man. Russell Wilson winning seasons throughout his whole entire career. It had to happen, bro. I'm going Ravens. Going Ravens in this one. And 35, yeah, we're taking the under. Ravens, 14-9.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a disgusting game tonight. But it'll be fun. Maybe some boom, boom, those sort of.
Maybe a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Let me ask something. Would you take the Browns over the Steelers head-to-head matchup?
In Cleveland or in Pittsburgh?
Cleveland.
Right now?
Right this second.
I take Pittsburgh. I don't like Deshaun Watson right now. He's not firing on all cylinders.
I cannot wait. We are here, man. Yeah. We are here. One more game. We are here. This is amazing.
And this is the only game of the week that has 2 teams playing each other who have winning records. And it is Monday Night Football. The Buffalo Bills are 12-3. They are 1-point favorites headed to Cincinnati to face the Bengals, who are 11-4. The over-under is 49.5. Kickoff is at 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You already know I love both these teams, but I'm going with my Cincinnati Bengals.
You love the Bengals. You're a Bengals fan on the low. I
The
love
Bengals
both
win,
these teams.
and we hit the over 49.5.
I want to pick the Bengals in this one too, man. The Bengals, they seem to be that team that always surprises me, and they always, in tough matchups come out on top. I mean, we've seen this against the Kansas City Chiefs the last couple of times. I think they beat the Chiefs 3 times in a row now in the regular season. I don't got no fantasy, implications on this one. Josh Allen was my quarterback. Stephon Diggs was my wide receiver number 1. They did a great job this year, really held my team down. With that said, Bengals are at home. Buffalo by 1. I'm going to take the under 49.5. I'm going to take the Bills.
This is going to be a fun game.
Yeah, it's a great way to end out the Week 17 slate.
It absolutely 100% equivocally is. Shout out to Rapid Fire. We made it through all the games with some amazing laughs, great clips, tons of upset picks, and some greatest hits. So shout out to Awthentik and The Beard. Shout out to everybody in the chat. We're going to end this show with a rapid fire of awesome love from the community here at Awthentik and The Beard in the chat. Starting with our guy, my guy from my hometown, Irish Rover, with the $10 super chat, says Happy New Year, Awthentik, Beard, and chat. Happy New Year to you as well, Rover. We appreciate you stopping by. NFL Free Live. Nope. Don't want to talk to you. Our guy, Chris Peace, checking in from FedEx Field.
Popping, Chris Peace.
Appreciate you as always, brother. Enjoy the game. I know you'll be watching the game while watching a game at a game. So shout out to Chris Peace. Hold it down for us there at FedEx Field. Big shout out to our guy, Tutu, with a $4.99 super chat. Says just got home. 4 a.m. here. Joyzy and surprise my fam. We're getting to next Sunday at Lincoln.
Ooh,
I'll be taking all my frustrations out on Boyd's and slap them all extra juicy.
Let me see that lotion.
Nada. Big shout out to Tudo.
Like you say that now. I still appreciate it. That's where that comes from when you talk about the left hand up, right? That assistant pimp, that's like the only movie he was ever in. He's Legend. Like, I knew you was the one.
Legend,
straight legend. And Mike Epps is only in that movie for like 20 minutes. It's probably his best feature ever.
What about my man from 106 in Park?
Oh, yeah, great feature. I Need Money. Hits from the streets. It was a good time. That was a good time in music.
Good time. You know what else is
Billy, what's it? Billy on the Street? You know Billy on the Street?
No.
Oh, you don't know about Billy on the Street? You got to check that out.
Billy on the Street.
Stole Hits' whole kind of. It's not really new. It's newer than Hits, but it's like Billy on the Street is like probably 10 to 15 years old.
So older than Mustard on the Beat.
DJ Mustard?
Yeah, Mustard on the Beat.
Most
Billy on the Street.
I mean.
Okay.
Billy on the Street, Mustard on the Beat. Okay, I got you. I see what you did there.
Thank you.
DJ Mustard, where he been? That dude was killing the charts for a minute and kind of just fell back.
Big shout out to Waterfly for the $2 super chat. 999 Heineke touchdown because Wentz will get hurt. I don't like that.
Damn, because Wentz will get hurt.
My goodness gracious.
Man, they out here on North Capitol going crazy.
Dog. Okay. Big shout out to Margie dropping the Marge bombs. Xavier McKinney is active for the Giants. So Josie and I were coming back from your side of town last night, like 2:30, almost 3 o'clock in the morning. We get to Division Ave and we're about ready we're on Eastern and we're getting ready to make that right-hand turn onto Division Ave. And we're at the light and literally like it sounded like it was right next to us. Josie, Josie, she's knocked out in the front seat. Yeah. And all I hear is, I'm grabbing Josie. I'm like, I feel like I was in a movie. Like I was about ready to just press the gas and drive through whatever was in front of me. That's how close it sounded. And then Josie gets up and she's like, we got to go now. We got to get out of here. And I'm like,
what was the
gunshots?
Oh, okay. I'm like, what the hell is a
She was like, those.
That's how, wait, hold on. Hold on. So gunshots to you go, cat, 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 cat.
Josie was like, those bullets are gonna come down somewhere soon, and we gotta go.
Yeah, they was definitely lighting off fireworks around my hood yesterday, for sure. I don't know about the gunshots, but I definitely heard some fireworks.
There was a lot of fireworks, especially on your side of town, but these were not fireworks.
On my side of town, those guns. How'd the sound go? What is it pronounced with? Okay, so it's like a Tommy gun.
Yeah.
I got you.
It was like, and like, ching.
Yo, he said that's a janky ass AK.
Oh.
Oh my God, y'all are wild, yo.
Happy Asian Independence
Yes,
Day.
Yes, sir. You know what it is, dog. Shout out to JG. Sac passe. Yo, wow.
There's so many chats. I'm trying to find everybody here. Big shout out to Max Webster for the $4.99 super chat. Says pick 2, 1 point PPR, 5-point bonus if a player breaches 100 yards rushing or receiving. ETN, Brian Robinson, Mike Williams. It's all for the bag. Please help, boys. Pick 2. Listen, Mike Williams I love, but Keenan Allen being back has really dug into Mike Williams' numbers. I'm going to go ETN and Brian Robinson. I think ETN has a crazy game today. That's where I'm at.
That I'm still trying to get over the damn gunshots. That's a tough one, man. That's definitely a tough one. You going ETN?
ETN and Brian Robinson, yeah.
100 yards? Oh, he needs 2. Pick 2. I'm going Brian Robinson, Mike Williams.
It's tough, man. It's tough. Big shout out to I had it here. There's just so you guys shout out to the chat. Chat is rocking today. I lost it again, but Joe Deals, I see you in the chat. Good luck. That's who I'm playing in my fantasy
going up Joe
championship. Yep. Joe Deals. So this Random Vids says interesting podcast. I might subscribe.
I love that. Might subscribe. I love that right there. Shout out to the gang. Might subscribe. I like that. With the question mark as the profile picture too, yo.
Chris P says epic week 17 parlay.
Facts. We're coming to the home stretch here, man. We're coming to the home stretch here. And I'm chilling. I feel pretty good. You know, I feel like my Giants are going to, step into the playoffs today. The Beard's like, hey, almost on your last leg here.
I call me Peg, man, because that's what it feels like right now, being in the championship of fantasy and having the Washington
like
living on the edge.
From Dead Presidents when he got into the fight and the homie pulled his leg off. Forget his name in that joke.
It's a lot better to be on one than none. Shout out my guy, Lieutenant Dan.
Facts.
Holding it down.
Facts.
Big shout out to Tuto for the $4.99 super chat. Says Awthentik. I brought 12 teammates with me, and the rest will arrive in a few days. The gang is getting together. Total 210 rugby players to join us at the link and make our presence known. Like, I feel like that's like a mafia movie. You know, like the Italian rugby team showing up to Lincoln Field. Like, it's
a 30 for 30.
Like a nice little triangle formation walking through the tunnel. You know what I'm saying? With Tudo in the front.
Wait, why would they be walking through the tunnel, though?
Cause, man, usually like in movies like that, when you got it, and he's got like a baseball bat and he's like swinging it like this, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Not like the tunnel, not going to the field.
Got you. The tunnel, like entering your section.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel you on that.
Everybody, if you haven't already, check out Tulsa King on Amazon, the new Sylvester Stallone show. It is
you did
awesome.
Tell me check that one out. Yeah, I'll take a look into that. I'm not, Sylvester Stallone, I'm not checking for him these days too much, but I'll look into it. I told you it was a Quantico setup. It was definitely a setup. But some advice for Tudo. 210 rugby players. If y'all get into a fight, make sure it's in the fourth quarter.
There you go. I concur with that. Shout out to David says I love y'all.
His dog, that cat, that joint had me straight dying.
Shout out to the Beard Sound Department.
Yeah, literally.
CJ Williams, Happy New Year, fellas. I'm in the championship and Jalen Hurts is hurt. Who should I start as my second quarterback? Bridgewater, Pickens, or Wentz? Wentz.
Wait, let me hear this guy over here. Wentz. Like it's a no-brainer. Is there nobody else? There's no those. That's the only. Definitely not. I don't want to be the guy to say definitely not Teddy Bridgewater, and he puts up like 303 touchdowns. Put 3 names in a hat. Pick one. That's all I could tell you, CG. I mean, that's tough right there, bro. Slim Pickens right there. I like that.
Big shout out.
I like how it said Kenny
Virginia.
Pickens. I like that too. That's fire. A little combo. It might be that little mistake right there might mean you need to go with Kenny Pickett and George Pickens today.
Kenny Pickens for the Pickens. Big shout out to Virginia. Appreciate you. David says we need the kick as a sound up.
Yeah.
Right.
Like not like a real sound effect. Like I need to get the beard up in here to actually do that sound effect. Cause that, I was like, what? At first I thought you were talking about a car accident, but then I was like, a car accident doesn't sound like cat. So then I'm like, did they hear a chopper? Like, cause to me that's like maybe a chopper's like a, but
yeah,
I thought the cat was literally a helicopter or something. Man, they were shooting guns.
The people are having a field day in the chat right now.
Yeah, I think it's K-E is probably better. K is more like, that's not good business right there.
Okay.
I think it's more like a kick. That's
the
crazy.
kick got it. It flipped a random vibe. He says, he said, that's it. No more questions. I subscribed.
We need an exclamation mark now as a profile picture. Straight up. Man, I'm sorry, that's the funniest thing of the year, dog. Man.
Miles Sanders or
Wait, what did
Raheem
the last one
Mostert.
say? I thought you let what? What about the engine? Like the car broke down or something, dog. Yo, that's crazy. Ooh. That is crazy.
I'm going Miles Sanders.
Miles Sanders. Yeah, I'm going Miles Sanders too.
All right. We did it. For those of you, this is your first time watching.
Yes, this is a definite yes.
Oh, yeah, they have to. We got to re-sign one, too. Deron Payne.
Oh, yeah, big facts. Big facts.
Man, that was fun.
The Tommy gun, dog. That's crazy. Is that the kind of gun they was really shooting though?
I mean, it wasn't like a.
Yeah, there wasn't no pew pews and pow pow.
No, it sounded like it was instant duck arm over the wife.
It sounded like
instant duck arm on the wife. One motion. Okay, not even like a double motion. One motion. Duck, grab the wife. That was it was multiple shots. The dog in the back seat was like, woo, woo, woo. Was the dog in the back seat? Says it was legit, man.
That is crazy. Marjorie with some playoff clinching scenarios. Eagles clinch the NFC East and the number 1 seed with a win. Bucks clinch the NFC South with the win. I got the upset there. Panthers going to take that. Giants clinch a playoff berth with a win. Dolphins clinch with a win and a Jets loss. Okay. Jets are losing. Dolphins, I don't know if they're going to win. Eagles are probably going to clinch. Clinch the NFC East with a win, huh? I did pick the Saints to upset them, though. We'll see how that one goes. And the Bucks are going to lose. It's going to come down to Week 18, man. Shout out Marjorie, though, with the bombs one time in the building. That kind of sounded like the Kaz right there.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we really appreciate you guys. This was one for the ages. Just,
Facts.
It's gonna be a lot of, football inside football logos. Cas. I mean, it was just, it was a good.
If you know, you know.
If you know,
we're gonna bring that up later on in the year for sure. Gacks. Damn. I don't know if you saw my face during the whole time you was telling the story. I was just like I'm waiting for you to tell me what happened.
I thought you knew, man.
Nah,
All of the way
dog.
I set it up and the gack.
Yeah, that was classic. That was definitely classic.
First episode of 2023 went with a not a bang, but a cack. Listen, good luck to everybody who is in the fantasy football championships. Good luck to everybody whose team is looking to stay alive or clinch a playoff spot. This has been an absolutely amazing episode. We had tons of people rocking with us from day ones to their first days. So big shout out to each and every one of you guys in the Awthentik and The Beard family. It's going to be a wild ride here Sunday, so buckle up for sure.
Yeah, this is going to be interesting, man. Best of luck to your Washington Commanders today, man. Be nice to at least see y'all have some hopes going into week 18. Nonetheless, whatever happens, I just don't want to see y'all eliminated this week, which a Detroit Lions win, a Packers win, and y'all lose, y'all are out. Let's just pray that doesn't happen like that. But y'all know what it is, man, over here at Awthentik and The Beard. We appreciate the gang rocking with us. Let's see them biceps on the way out. Keep living those dreams. Keep raising that bar because the universe flows in Technicolor and surround sound. Rest in peace to the podcast GOAT, Combat Jack. And that was a good episode, man. That was a great episode to start the year off, man. We appreciate y'all rocking y'all first day of 2023 with us, man. Enjoy y'all football. Go Giants. Go Commanders, even though
Spike don't care.
Either way, Giants gonna get into the playoffs. Y'all be good. Turn on some Red Zone. Enjoy y'all football Sunday. And Monday night is going to be a great game. Y'all enjoy that as well. We will catch y'all on Monday for the Giant Overreaction and on Tuesday for the Week 17 NFC East recap. Y'all be good, man. This has been a vibe the whole entire show. Peace.
Peace.
Spike don't care.